Hello everyone. It is Jackie from Pocket a Preschool, and tonight or today, depending on when you're watching, we are talking all about DIY letter and number manipulatives like letter rocks and letter number or rock numbers. So basically tonight, it's all about how you can make your own letter and number manipulatives using things from basically like the dollar store, or maybe using manipulatives that you have in your classroom that you're not using a ton, or maybe you have too many. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So I know some of these activities you've seen before, but I'm going to just focus on the letter manipulatives tonight. So that way, if you go to the Dollar Tree and you see a bag of rocks, maybe you want to make some letter manipulatives with them. So the first letter manipulative, and I'm going to kind of give you some ideas on how to use them in your classroom too. So these are my students' favorite DIY letter manipulative that I've ever made of all time. And you can tell, like, they are loved. Like, this A, can't really tell what it is anymore. But basically, I just bought these rocks from the Dollar Tree, and then I used a paint marker and I wrote the letters on them. And then when a student tells me, oh, I can't tell what this letter is, I just break out the paint marker and I write it again. I didn't Mod Podge them. I just fixed them, like this one needs to be fixed, as needed. But these are I put these in the sensory table. I put these I put these in the sensory table. We use them with letter games. You can use them with letter dot it, so they can, instead of picking like a letter manipulative, they pick a letter rock and then they dot it. So you can use the letter rocks with printables to make the printables a little bit more hands-on. So that's one way you can use them. Another way is to use letter rocks is, again, put them in the sensory table. That's a really fun way. You can also use the student name tags. Let me grab one. You can put out student name tags and they can make their name with the letter rocks. You can also, and this one's really fun, so if you have a dump truck or like any kind of digger, they pick a letter rock and then they roll it to their friend who's sitting across from them on the table. And then their friend has to say the letter or the sound, and then if they're right, they put it back, and then their friend picks another letter, and their friend picks the letter, and then they roll it back, and then this friend has to say the letter name or the letter sound, or a word that begins with that letter. You can also make sight word rocks. That works too. These are, again, if you're gonna make any letter manipulative, these are really, really fun. Make these first. And again, you don't have to Mod Podge them because you can just rewrite them again on the back and it's no big deal. So, letter rocks. That is my favorite letter manipulative that I've made of all time, and my students' favorite as well. I know I show them a lot in Facebook Lives and on my website and all of my blog posts. Again, you can use them for like fall, camping, bugs, anything that has to do with dirt and rocks. So insects, worms, ocean, because the ocean has rocks in it. Basically, like almost everything you can use those letter rocks for. So another one of my favorite letter manipulatives are these little letter beans. So these are just lima beans. Oh, that's not a very good example. You'll see why. So these are just lima beans. Now these are the regular lima beans. I would suggest buying like the giant ones if you have them. I didn't have them on hand when I was making these, so I just use them. So I do uppercase on one side and I do lowercase on the other, and then I have all the letters. Now, I have numbers too. So here's number 2. Okay, so letter, just lima beans, which you probably have in your classroom. But now how can you use them? So you can use them with paper plates. So this is just a carrot plate. I got this from Walmart, and I just used these dot letter stickers, which I have in my Amazon storefront. You can buy them at the Dollar Tree too. And I wrote the letters on them, and basically they're just going to match the letters. So A goes with A, right? So any kind of planting theme, anything with seeds. So in the fall, spring, when you're planting, farm, again, carrots, you have to plant them in the ground. So that's perfect. And you can, again, do it with numbers. So this is a letter one, a letter matching. This one's a number matching. Again, either one. It's good to use around Easter too. And then you can also use a lot of these letter manipulatives or number manipulatives with your butcher paper activities, which I know I've done a ton of blog or Facebook Lives on those lately. So this is just, I drew a whole bunch of little seedlings, and then they would just, instead of matching a letter, like magnet letter, they can match the letter manipulative. So they can match the bean. So I have these have letters on them. You can also do lowercase letters, so they can match uppercase, uppercase. They can match lowercase, lowercase. They can match uppercase to lowercase. They can do sight words, or you can do numbers. So many things. You can also put a sight word on them, and then like, let's say that one's like is, of course I can't find it. And then like that, like this says is, and then they have to spell it. So that way it's more of sight words for my kindergarten teacher friends, or even first grade teachers too. So, letter beans and number beans, add those to your to-do list. Now, if you're doing fairy tales and Jack and the Beanstalk, these I painted gold. So I put these beans in a baggie, and I put some gold acrylic paint in there. Shake, shake, shake. They don't paint like the best. I don't have very good luck painting lima beans, but they painted enough to make it work. So there's N and lowercase or uppercase and lowercase N. So now we have some gold beans for Jack and the Beanstalk, or all of your fairy tale themes. So you can also color the beans and then write your letters on them. So much fun. Okay, so we have letter rocks, letter beans. Now, you can also do them with like these manipulatives. These are like the button stackable counter manipulatives. I had a ton of them. Okay, so all I did, and I literally keep all my letter manipulatives in these little cups, and I just have them like stacked in my closet. With my letter manips. This is H. I just wrote on them with permanent marker. I just had a ton of them. I could spare, you know, uppercase and lowercase set, and then you can use these for any theme because they're like rainbow colored. So you can make, this is a birthday party plate. So if you're doing birthdays during back to school, they can match the letters. They can match uppercase with this one where they would be matching lowercase with lowercase. Okay, but you can really use any themed plate with these, right? And again, you can do uppercase, you can do uppercase, lowercase, lowercase, lowercase. You can put out the uppercase and the lowercase set. You can put out numbers, totally up to you. You can also, again, hold on, where's my permanent marker? Hold on, it's in my bucket. Well, this dry erase will work. You can also do a sight word on them. So is, and then they would have to spell it. You could also do student names on these, right? Like Kyler or Jackie, and then they have to write it with the, or build the word with the letter manipulatives. I got these on Amazon. I love these because they stack and you can make really cool patterns with them. They're really a fun manipulative, but they come with like so many. So if you have a manipulative and you have a ton of them, make an uppercase letter set and a lowercase letter set, and now you just have another fun letter manipulative. Okay, and if you don't, I have this next, which is perfect. Now let's say you have these magical frogs. I got these at the Dollar Tree forever ago. Now, I only got this many, right? That's all I got. So I don't want to write on these because, you know, I don't want to spend, you know, all my money on school. So use these letter stickers, and I have this on my blog as an example, but I made these lily pads out of foam. So I actually use this in the sensory table, but you can totally do it as a butcher paper activity, or really like a tray activity or a center activity, or you can put it in the sensory table. You can do whatever works for you. But so you don't have to ruin your manipulative, okay, this is dry erase, so use a permanent marker. Okay, so we have 3 and 4. So then you can match the numbers, and guess what? You could do this totally with what? You could do it with sight words. So you could have, you know, T, H, E, all your letters that make your sight word. So that way they have to make your sight word. They have to make, so they could do numbers, they could do sight words, and you would have T, H, and E. You can also do I have a letter in here? No. You could also do letters. Like you could have, this would be F. And then you can just pick out the letters that your students are struggling with. And then you could do letters. So you can do letters, you can do sight words, and you can do numbers. And again, if you don't want to use these and write on them, so you can't use them again, don't. Use a sticker, put it on there so you can take it off, because now these are just regular old frogs. And then I can use them for a counting game, I can use them for a letter game, I can use them again for a number game, but I didn't ruin my manipulative because you guys work very hard in the classroom. We want to save our money, right? So we want to use one thing and use it a bunch of ways, because maybe one year your students are going to need to practice lowercase letters. Maybe another year they need to practice their, their like numbers like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Those tricky like beginning teen numbers. Maybe you're going to do sight words. Or maybe you're going to use these for a measurement activity. Nothing with letters or numbers, right? You're going to use these to measure for a non-standard measurement activity. And you don't want anything on them. So use stickers on letter manipulatives that you don't want to ruin. Okay. Oh, look, I had the numbers written on there already. Okay, so we have those. So this is another one I think that you guys do a lot. So we have the coins, and you can use these for, St. Patrick's Day. This is a game I had. So I have the little foamy, so they had match the numeral, and then I had the number coins, and then I had the little pots, and I just use gold paper plates. Okay, so a really fun St. Patrick's Day manipulative is to use these coins and put a number on them. Now, you could also do these with letters too. You put letters on them, and then now you have a letter manipulative. So these coins are great for all of your St. Patrick's Day themes. And I have this set just goes up to 9 just because this game only goes up to 9. So use these for your St. Patrick's Day theme. Okay, again, I'm just putting a sticker on them. I actually left these stickers on there. I probably wouldn't pull those off, but if you wanted to pull them off, you could. Now, so we're thinking about coins, right? That's what I was talking about first. So coins, I also think of like pirates and treasure. So I said I use these a lot in a sensory table. So I also have a set of coins that have, here we go. They have uppercase on one side, lowercase on the other, and then now you can put them in a sensory table. So this is my pirate sensory table, and again, we just want them playing with letters, talking about letters, making talking about the sounds. In preschool and kindergarten, we want them saying the name and the sounds, words that begin with that sound. Blah, blah, blah. This is just kinetic sand. You can use regular sand too. I cut up some Mardi Gras beads in there, and I have some little, what is this? Like I have like treasure, little pieces of treasure. These little treasure boxes I got from like the Dollar Tree, or no, Target Dollar Spot, like forever ago. You can also just use like a little cardboard box. That works too. And some tweezers, and now you have a really fun sensory table with these letter coins that the students haven't played with before, or maybe they have like for another theme. But again, we just want them playing and manipulating and talking about letters and sounds. And again, you could do this with numbers too. But again, just so much fun. And again, it takes like what, $2 to buy 2 sets of like 2 packs of these or whatever. And I always do uppercase one side, lowercase on the other if I can with these manipulatives. Now, you don't want to use it just once, right? Again, we want to get our money's worth. So this is a game in my ocean centers. So we have the letters, we have sounds, but basically this is a letter game. Again, just a really fun principal letter game. So they're matching the letter and the sound and the lowercase letter too. It's in here somewhere. I can't find it right now, of course. Okay, so we're matching the lowercase and the uppercase with the lowercase letter and the sound, but you want to make it even more hands-on. Use your your DIY letter manipulatives. So use your letter manipulatives to make any printable game more fun and more hands-on, because now they have to search through the treasure box. And again, if you don't have this treasure box, just use a little cardboard box to find the one they need. Okay, again, we just want things to be hands-on and engaging and as much fun as we can possibly make it. Okay, so you could use these gold coins for like a ton of different themes, not just pirates and St. Patrick's Day. You could also do it for like fairy tales. You know the other ones. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with the ocean theme. So another fun letter manipulative that I love are letter seashells. So I just write the letter in the seashell, and then I have some letter shells. Okay, so you can make words with them. So we have jellyfish. They made it in the sand. This is just regular sand. And a tray, and then I had these letters out there. I had the whole one. I actually have the lowercase set on here. This is the uppercase set. I told you I have these literally in my closet, just like stacked until they fall over. Okay, I'm gonna bring the pirate tray back out. So that's really fun, but you could also put the letter shells in there too for pirates or mermaids. So fun, and they have to match them. That would be really fun too. Just thought of that while we were talking. So now maybe you don't want them to make, you're like, no, this isn't engaging for my kids this year. They need something more, or maybe they need to work on their handwriting. So ditch the vocab words and take out a tracing sheet. Again, the Ocean Centers will be updated tonight, so download them in the morning. Put out a fun letter manipulative if you have a handwriting page or some kind of like letter tracing page, and they can pick the letter shell, and then they have to find it, and then they have to write it. This is much more engaging having a letter manipulative than just say, hey, trace these letters. This makes it a little bit more fun and engaging and hands-on. You could also put the letter shells in the sand. They have to pick it out, and then they have to trace it. Okay, again, we're just trying to make all the letters super, super fun by making it really hands-on with these DIY letter manipulatives. Okay, I just spilled that. These shells I just had, and I'm guessing they're from the Dollar Tree. I've had these for a while. I made those a while ago. So, but they do have seashells at the Dollar Tree. I was just there today, so they have them there. So another fun letter manipulative are these tree rings. So these you can buy on Amazon. Okay. They're just a whole bunch. I got black on my tray. I just made these because I just made these like literally right before I did the video. So these are fun. Now what themes could you use these for? Pond, camping, fall, anything with nature, trees. I know some people have to do a tree theme with a certain curriculum. So these would be really, really fun. And again, how can we use these? Put these with a printable. Put these with a letter matching printable game, put them with a letter handwriting game, have them match the letter and the sound. You can put these in the sensory table. You can put them in the blocks center. Again, so many things. And again, I did uppercase on one side, lowercase on the other. You can also too just have them build their names with these. Okay, so they just have to make their name. So we got A, and then Y, E, and then they would finish, right? So again, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. They love their names. These name cards are free in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. I do lowercase on one side, uppercase on the other, and then yeah, they can just make their names or do any other fun activity with them. Okay, make these. These are in my Amazon storefront, the ones I purchased. So fun. Okay. So this is another one. again, I had these manipulatives. So these are some translucent like letter coins, right? We use them on the light table, a lot of us, or you can just use them as counting chips. The bingo chips would work. So I got these from Lakeshore. I know the Dollar Tree has, I saw them there. Again, I was there today. The Dollar Tree has translucent chips too. So if you have a lot of translucent chips in your classroom, make you a set of these. And these, since they're see-through, I did an uppercase set and then I did a lowercase set. Okay, so you can use these for a ton of themes. Again, you can also use them at the light table. So I also I got these plates from the Dollar Tree. And again, they're see-through, so you could just put out, we're gonna wait on my fairy tale one for a minute. And then you can put out these plates and then they can match. You don't have to put all of them out. You can just put out like 9 of them, right? Like whatever will fit. And then they just have to match the letter manipulative to the plate. And again, just pretend this is on a light table, okay? So you have the letter manipulatives out, uppercase and lowercase, and they have to match them. Now, let's say you don't have a letter manipulative or a light table in your classroom, but you do have a ton of translucent chips. So grab, enough to make an uppercase and lowercase set and use them for a fairy tale theme. So these are, the little crowns you put on your head for a birthday? I just taped 2 of them together. Okay, and I made the alphabet all the way down, so sparkly. I also like to use these plain and they can make crown patterns on them, but these I put the alphabet on. They're hard to see because it's so, there we go, I'll just put it up a little bit. Now, I also have these magic wands. Okay, so they can pick a letter, or maybe they can, these would be really fun because they kind of look like jewels. So maybe they pick a letter manipulative, S, and they say the sound S, and then they have to use the magic wand to point to it, and then they put it on. S, oh, it's stuck to the table. And then they use their magic wand, I love purple, and say Z. Guess what letter's on top? Z. And then they have to go Z. Zipper. Okay, again, super, super simple. You can do uppercase to uppercase, lowercase to lowercase, uppercase to lowercase, and then they have to say the name, the letter, and the sound, or a word that begins with that letter. Again, super simple, so much fun. If you don't have these little gold crowns, take some yellow paper, cut it in a strip, and then just cut the little triangles at the top, and then make your own little crowns, or use a sentence strip. Kids don't know. They just know that you are having a really fun game with the magic wand. If you don't have magic wands, it's totally fine. Use a popsicle stick and put a star like sticker at the top, and now you have a magic wand. They don't need all the fancy things. They just need something fun and hands-on. So use what you got. If you have popsicle sticks and you want to use those for your magic wands, do that. Okay. Gonna keep going. Okay. You guys know I love eggs. I couldn't do a DIY letter video without reminding you to make letter and number eggs. So I do the uppercase at the top, lowercase at the bottom, and then you can put, you see them, there's letter manipulatives. You can do, these are the letter beads. So use a magnet letter or whatever letter manipulative you have that fits inside. So they have to, so all these would be apart, right? So they have to match the letter, E, F, egg, and then they can put the letter on the inside that matches E, and then lots of fine motor, lots of hand-eye coordination, and so, so much fun. So make a setup for letters. And again, I don't have all the letters out. That would be too overwhelming for 3-year-olds. If you have kinder, you could probably put all the letters out. Put out as many letters as you know that's appropriate for the students in your class. So either half a set, a whole set, maybe just 5 of the letters. Do what works for them. You can also make number eggs. So these, I just have the numbers on the top. You can also put the number on the bottom so they have to match. But these I just put on the top, and then, oh look, I already did this one. So I did 3 pom-poms. So to count out 3, put 3, and then do it on the inside. Now, I know they have a whole bunch of fun eggs during Easter time at the Dollar Tree. If there are eggs that are plain and you can put numbers or letters on them, make some fun themed plastic egg sets. Again, super engaging. Who wants to do a counting activity or a counting worksheet when you can do this hands-on fun counting activity? Okay, those two. All right, we're just gonna keep going because you know I have more. Okay, now I also love these giant gems from the dollar store. You can tell these have numbers on them, so I have 1 through 10 in here. My teen numbers in there. And then I also love the blue gems. These are gorgeous. On the light table, this is F. I have letters, and then I have a little tray of numbers. Okay, if you put them on the table, they are easier to see. Not so easy to see in the video, probably. So when you put them on the table, they are easier to see. On the light table, they are even easier. So what are some themes that you could use these with? So obviously winter, weather, because like raindrops or snow, polar animals, snowmen, anything that has to do with rain, pond. I love putting these blue in the pond. Ocean, the blue ones for ocean. Anything that's blue or has to do with water, the blue ones are great for. Snow, ice, the clear ones work. So don't forget about your egg cartons. So I have these egg cartons and they just have number and letter stickers in them. They can simply match them. This one's numbers. So 12, and they can put it in 12. Okay. It's just like ice cubes or ice cube trays that I was thinking of. You can also, this is just my winter, this is how I keep them in my little tub. You can also make winter words with them. So they would make, I got the biggest word. You would put these out on a tray and then they would make, I'm not gonna waste your time making the word, but we're gonna pretend like I just made the word snowball with the letters, okay? And if you think those are too small, make yourself a set of letters with these big ones. You can also do student names. You can also use them with a printable. This is, got a penguin in there. This is ice, there we go. Ice fishing for letters. You can do the colored version and they can just like cover it up. So this one is P and they would just have to cover it P. This one is S and they just have to cover it S. So they can use it with like that, or they can use the black and white and they can dot it. Okay, again, use manipulatives to make printables more fun and more hands-on. Now, again, you don't have to just use these with snow and ice. So if you have these like foamies, these are just some butterfly ones I found. I always get these when Michael's has them like 70% off for a theme. So you could write numbers or letters on these and then they could match them. Again, you can use either one. It doesn't matter because butterflies have spots on them, right? So they could match the letters or the numbers. And you can use a lot of these letter manipulatives with a ton of these foamies. I love these things. They're so great. And again, you can use them with paper plates. This one is a rainbow and a cloud. Let me see if I can find a letter that I have on here. So A. So they can match and put I did white stickers like clouds in the sky. And again, just use blue. Or if you think those are too small, you can use the bigger ones. Totally up to you. But this is so much fun. So hands-on, so engaging, so much fun. All right. Oh, you can't really see this one. Hold on. Give me 1 second. So I'll hold them up. So these are just little cups. They're like the little like condiment cups you get at a restaurant. My mom owns a restaurant, so I sneak some from her. You can also get them at the Dollar Tree. But I just took, again, the stickers and I wrote numbers on them, okay? So now they have 3. You could do this for an ice cream theme. You could also do all of them like white and do them for like a polar theme or winter because they're kind of like little icebergs. So, but if you're doing, what is it called? If you're doing, maybe you can see them now. There we go. Kind of see them a little bit. Do them for like an ice cream theme. So we have 3, and then I would count them out. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 3. I always have my students count it in their hands first so they can check it and then put it in. 3. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's not 5. Put 1 back. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I got 5. Okay. So fun. Now, let's say your students don't need to practice counting. What you can do is write letters on your stickers. So I'm gonna write A. And don't use a dry erase like I am. Use a permanent marker. I grabbed the wrong marker. A, and then what you can do is put out your letter beads or whatever letter manipulative you have that the students use all the time. And then they can match it. A and A. Super, super simple, but makes it so much more hands-on. You can also do this with, you can also put them right here as well. You can put the letter stickers on the outside. And then, so like this says 5. And then they have to maybe stack, maybe they have to put, 5 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you want them to stack something on top. Or maybe they are just going to, let's do it this way. Of course, I can't get that one out. We're just gonna pretend like I just write it on the cup. How about that? So we have A, and maybe they wanna trap the letters. Or they can build with them and play with them too. They can just put all the letters and the numbers, and then they can put them in order, stack them up, do all the things. But my favorite way would be to put the number on the inside, put that many in, or put the letter inside, put the letters inside, or track the letters. That would be so fun. And again, you can do that with sight words. So if you have is, they find the I and the S, and they can track the sight word as they build it. So many things you could do. And I'm sure you probably will think of even more things that you can do with them. So this letter manipulative, I know you probably already have in your classroom. So this one are clothespins. So I do uppercase on one side, lowercase on the other. And then again, you can use them with a ton of different games. This is like a sunshine, and they can match it and make the sunshine with all the clothespins. Clothespins are great because they're what? It's a lot of fine motor, lots of opening and closing, hand-eye coordination. They can make sunshines. Now, you don't have to use them with plates. You can use them with printables. This is a freebie in my store. They are just letters, strips. Okay. And I also have, I have uppercase, I have lowercase, I have uppercase, lowercase, and I have sounds as well. And then they can clip and match the letters. Of course, I can't find them. Okay. Any ones you want to do? Again, this is a freebie in my TPT store, so make sure you go grab this and print it and then use it with your letter clothespins. Now, if your students love letter clothespins, I always say if your students love a manipulative, use it as much as you can because we want to use the things that the students love and they're interested in. Now, let's say you have this bug letter printable, right? And you have all these different ones. So let's say you're matching the letters and the sounds. Instead of just matching them up, have them clip it. So that's A. I already have them matched, so you didn't have to watch me match them. But you could do like the letter, you could do the uppercase, lowercase, you can do the letter and the sound, but again, you can have them clip it just to make it more fun. and more engaging. Plus, it's really fun to clip little matches together. So much fun. Got those. And then of course, you know, you have to have letters and numbers. I have number clothespins too. Take any game that's like, okay, that one goes up to 22. This is an ant game. This is from my insect centers too. So they trace it with the dry erase, and they can put that many ants on. And then they can also, of course, geez Louise, I'm picking out all, here's 15. They can match the numbers. Oh geez, 8. And then they can match them too. Again, any game that's in, or any number game that's in a row, if you don't want, they can trace it and then they can clip it. Or maybe if it's like a missing number game, they can trace it or write the number in and then clip it to match. And you can make your clothespins go up high. Like this one goes like, I think I have clothespins up. Oh look, here's 26. So you can have, that one's, you can see it better in person than on the video, but 20. Or again, you could do the letter stickers if you don't think that your students would be able to see that well. You could just put the letter sticker on there and then kind of fold it over and then use a thin Sharpie and write it on there. So that way it would be easier to match. You could also make colored clothespins like this too, with just the stickers. You don't have to paint the whole thing. So all kinds of fun ideas. So I hope you guys, let me make sure I got all of them. Yep, those are all of my favorite DIY letter manipulatives that I use in my classroom all the time. And again, I use these manipulatives over and over and over. And you make them once, then you have them a ton. And you'll, if you think about it, you probably have seen these beans a ton on my blog and on my Facebook Lives or my YouTube videos. And you have seen my clothespin letters and my rock letters, the ones you know I love, and like the gem numbers and letters. You guys see those all the time because, again, they're cheap, they're easy, they're fun, they're something different, and you can use them over and over and over. And they're cheap because you can usually get a whole set for like $2 at the Dollar Tree. And don't get me wrong, I love the gorgeous, like, fancy letter manipulatives that you can get off Amazon and Lakeshore and Discount School Supply. I love those, but those sometimes aren't in my budget. So I use the Dollar Tree. So I hope these ideas, you love them. If you want to see even more videos, make sure you like and follow on YouTube. We're adding new videos all the time, so make sure you go follow us over there. And I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon.